family. I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Thank you, Anime. I'm your host, Brother Hatem. Of course, you know this is the Daily Toast family. And you know that is a Heart of a Simple production. All day, every day, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. I must apologize for being late. We usually try to get started about 5:45, but I wasn't able to get out of bed till 5 a.m. this morning. Yes, 3:30 alarm went off, and I rolled over. 4:30 alarm went off, and I spoke to Google, and I said, "Can you wake me up at 5 o'clock, please?" Google said, "Yes, sir." Woke my ass up at 5 o'clock, and I don't know why, but I still was dragging butt. I couldn't sleep last night. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I mean. I went to bed at about 7 o'clock. I know y'all gonna laugh. Some of y'all young people out there laugh. And shouts out to Mr. Navita. I see you out there. I know some of you young people out there gonna laugh. But like I said, I'm trying to 3:30 is the shoot time. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff done as far as videos and stuff yesterday. I got another video that I want to cut a little bit later on today. I got some other stuff that I have to learn, and I went to sleep about 7 o'clock, and I woke up about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and could not go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, my mind is like a flower in bloom. I always got shit. I always have, you know what I'm saying? What is the next level? How do I reach the family out there? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the family is out there. You know what I'm saying? And how do we position ourselves so we can find our crowd? Right? Out of 7 billion people, you know what I'm saying? We can have 1% of 1% of 1% and be cool. And I know it's out there. There's people out there looking for tribes. So I pulled out a book. I've been telling y'all about this, the intergeneration trap, the generation gap, and I started reading. And it started sounding, you know what I'm saying, sounding familiar. And this is what I want a lot of us to understand. Those of us that's been studying, been doing research, and been living, right? See, because this is an important part, because scholars got mad love for them, but a lot of them read books, and that's what they do. That's what they do, no shots, because they bring information, and some of them are able to bring information that is just so potent and so in time, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I'm one of those that I never want to sit around and just study. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if we got information, we supposed to get out here and do shit. This is why I had several different organizational explosions in my fucking face, because I'm getting out and I'm doing it. I'm experimenting. I don't see any sense or any power in just sitting around and gathering information. But there are people that do that, and there is a place for those individuals in all tribes. They're very important. You know what I'm saying? Because they attune you to the history. But one of the things that popped out last night is that you start running into shit that you experience in life, and then you are able to connect that to the studies that you have been doing. On Gye-Nyame yesterday, as I told y'all yesterday, I started the show. I was going to start the show at like 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30. I came down, I got lost in some of my old writings. I went to my blog and I said, shit. I mean, like, I've been on course, I've been on point, I've been doing exactly the stuff that I said I was going to do back then, and it's been consistent, and it's almost like, I can't say it was like yesterday, because it's been a long journey, because I've been watching my children grow up. And I don't watch some of my children move straight into adulthood, right? But anyway, so I'm reading from The Intergeneration Trap and the Generation Gap by Elder Oba Tashaka, PhD, Dr. Oba Tashaka. Let me show book. Got an autographed copy. And I want to interview this brother for our show. We're gonna work on that. But I wanted to read something to you and then go into something else real quick, and then we'll get straight into the toast, and I'll get y'all up out of here. This is chapter 1, recent breakthroughs, chapter 1, page 38. Recent breakthroughs in African and African American culture made by this author revealed that African Dogon and African American people have retained the same apprenticeship system that is used to take people through universal stages of human growth and development that enables them to fulfill their life destinies. My next book, Sculpting the Soul, the Dogon and the African American Educational System of Mastery and Liberation, explains this system in great detail. At the stage of African identity and destiny merge, occurring simultaneously. As will be explained below, when African and African Americans undergo identity transformation, they are drawn to masters who match their destinies, having similar life purposes and characters. And these masters become models who help them imitate African values and destiny skills necessary for African identity transformation. Our ability to systematize African consciousness or awakening is based on our understanding of the stages of awakening and the stages of human growth and development. Now, this is where it started getting crazy for me. And I'm going to tell y'all why in a second. Our independent black school, Black Liberation Movement, Black Studies Department, African Center churches, black churches, supplementary schools, economic development programs, black liberation organizations, rites of passage programs, community organizations, and block by block organization lack the understanding of transformative process and systems of human mastery that grow out of African philosophy. Consequently, our independent black schools prove to be very successful in teaching skills and historical knowledge, yet their students usually end up reproducing Euro-American systems by being employed by the oppressor. The process of transformation is designed to heal the internal damage done to us through slavery and post-60s choice between two cultures phenomenon. Now, here we go. The Dogon, a great people from Mali, West Africa, has shaped a philosophy that also serves as an initiatory system of 4 degrees. This initiatory system is a transformative system where people learn certain truths by being those truths. The watchword of this great system is to know the truth, is to be the truth. Because the philosophical truths are learned through becoming the truths, the transformation process is a long one. Initiates are assisted in their transformation by masters of an apprenticeship systems. Masters are living embodiments of the words or truths that they teach through a symbolic system that the initiate has to discover the way the people discover their enemy and themselves through liberatory struggles. The system of transformation involves the person's discovery of their ka, ori, kra, or destiny, while they simultaneously discover their identity. In Dogon philosophy and their apprenticeship system, there are 4 stages or degrees of knowledge that also correspond to the 4 universal stages of human growth and development. These 4 stages or degrees are perfectly matched by 3 levels in African American apprenticeship systems. Those of you in Gye-Nyame, please listen up. I'm telling you, we plugged into some shit that's much bigger than any of us. Hold on. And 3 levels of knowledge and transformation in the African American system are first grounded in African philosophy. In addition, these degrees of knowledge and transformation apply to all trades and professions and to every area of life, because these systems require transformation on the spiritual, mental, physical, and philosophical level. They describe universal stages of human growth and development. The 4 degrees of the Dogon philosophical knowledge and transformative are Giriso, or forward, Giriso philosophical truths are conveyed through degrees of nomo or words at the very best level. African philosophy can be described as the philosophy of word, which for the Dogon is the philosophy of nomo, the word. All right, so we won't, I'm not, because a lot of that stuff is going to get a little bit too deep. Let me get to our part, because they talk about the Dogon piece, and we could talk about that a little bit later, but I want to hit this and get into the toast. The great philosophical apprenticeship and transformation system was carried to the Americas, including the United States, by African people who practiced similar apprenticeship systems, where the entire village was the classroom and masters were the great teachers through living example. In the context of the United States, this system has been the secret behind the great masters we have produced in every field of endeavor. Malcolm X was a product of this magnificent system, as well as Ella Baker, John Coltrane, John Henry Clark, and many, many others. My book on the subject covers this in great detail. This explanation has to be brief but clear. Under the African American system, he's talking about us, there are 3 stages that represent a system of wisdom: stages of human growth and development, levels of transformation, and an apprenticeship system. This great mystery or great mastery system has been the true African American system of higher education, producing masters of wisdom and of character in every domain of life. The 3 levels in the African American system are: 1, imitation, where the basic truth learned by a scholar, athlete, musician, barber, mathematician, scientist, leader, speaker, parent, or child are learned through imitation. Just as the Dogon and other African philosophical systems are based on the principle that to know the truth, you must be the truth. So the African American apprenticeship system is based upon a novice imitating the master, and truths taught by the master and learned through study to master the fundamental truths of their destiny. Imitation corresponds to the stages of Jiriso and Beniso, which are learned through imitating the simple truths of the cosmos until you become them in your philosophy, attitudes, and behavior pattern. Assimilation, number 2, assimilation or improvisation. And number 3, innovation. Now, I won't read no more of this. I'm gonna read it for myself, but I want to point this out to you. Those of you that have been involved with Gye-Nyame for a while, it's something that we constantly talk about, right? I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we bring up, right? Especially when we're having our little sessions and shit, right? A lot of people are like, where the system at? Right? You know, boom, boom, boom. Because it's so, it's so different, because it's like we learn by doing. It ain't just class all the goddamn time. We try to set examples. We have set up individuals, or we have individuals that are attracted to what we're doing, and they are able to come in and set the example for what and where we should be. And you can see through their efforts that they're moving towards a level in Gye-Nyame. And we have a 3-pronged system as well. Now, I read that and I'm like, shit, we on the right path. We got something called the 3 levels of learning. Now, I'm going to share something with you real quick. I'm going to share my screen. Now, it might be too small for you to see right here, right? But this is Thursday, September 15th, 2011. 3 levels of learning. And this is when I was in my haiku phase. Levels of learning. There are 3 within our tribe: memory, mind, heart. In the Gye-Nyame tribe, we focus on 3 levels of learning. The idea is that if we can explain the process of learning, at least the way we see it, this will make it easier for those involved to not only learn the information they need for our tribe, but it will make lifelong learning a lot easier. These levels of learning were stumbled upon by watching the growth of many organizations and individuals over a 20-year period. The first level is memorization. Now, in Gye-Nyame, we've been talking about 3 levels of learning for years. Memorization, intelligence of the mind, intelligence of the heart. You first learn by learning to recite. You follow other people and you follow their lead, and you learn to regurgitate. Then the next level is you not only learn the questions and you not only learn your position, right? But now you know it so well that you not only can regurgitate it, but you can start manipulating it and use it in other aspects of your life. And intelligence of the heart is when the information that you have been studying, that you have been participating in, you now become it. So it's like you become a living example of what it is. And this shit is connected to our history. And I didn't get this shit from a book. I'm just letting y'all know this shit didn't come from a book. It came from experience, from being involved with the movement and seeing how some of my elders operated. I've been seeing my elders and some of my older nation builders do shit that was just totally incredible, and it was beyond the realms of reality. I watched individuals tell me that they was gonna take me to Africa, and not only take me to Africa, but take me to Africa for totally free. And we stayed over there for three weeks. I done seen elders or my older brothers and sisters that would be like, boom, we gonna get that building, we get the building and get the whole goddamn thing totally redone and finished so that we could have a summer camp. I done seen elders produce money out of absolutely nowhere. I done had elders send me places and make it possible for me to have time to be able to go to these places and do some incredible shit. And it wasn't because, and how can I put it? And they were able to do this because they had became what they were studying. It went beyond it. And this is where we're trying to push ourselves when we start talking about tribe building, when we start talking about nation building. We want to be able to produce individuals that just don't build the nation, but they are the nation. So if anything happens, anywhere one of us go, you're going to be able to see the nations in it. You're going to be able to see the nation in our action. You're going to be able to see the tribe in our actions. And that's real learning. That's real learning. That's what it's all about. And I'm sitting up here, I'm reading this book, I'm sitting up here like, Elder is hitting on some real shit. And I'm like, yo, and we're plugged in. But this article is available on our blog. You can check it out. Also, you can get his book. It's called The Intergenerational Trap and the Generation Gap. I think this might be, if Gye-Nyame has a reading, you know, if we start a study group, that might be one of the first books. Of course, y'all know we got to do this one. But this is part of the training, so I ain't got to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? It just comes in. I got people around me popping up with this book that I didn't even know had the book. It blows my mind sometimes. Matter of fact, I was in a meeting. See, and this is what I mean, right? We was in a meeting one time. This was right after Kwanzaa. And we was looking for a term, a proverb to fit a term. And it was Kwesi, actually. And Kwesi, on a conference call, pulled out the book and said, hold on, there's a proverb for that. I got the perfect proverb. I'm trying to go from my memory. Kwesi pulled out the book, boom, boom, boom. Here's the proverb. I said, oh shit. Right? We get it. They're getting it. It's working. It's in process. But anyway, all right. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna pour the libations, and I'm not gonna hold y'all because I'm running late